Today I'd like to take another walk along one of the 22 paths of the Tree of Life that will give me some insight into the energies that we're experiencing at the moment and how we might best navigate them. This will be different for each of us, but an overarching energy is definitely there for us to work within. So taking just the major arcana cards and shuffling them up. I did shuffle them before we came on camera, but just give it another little shuffle. And then looking for just one card to pop out that will give us our pathway. Just one card, please. Just one of the major arcana. There we have it. The card that's popped out is number 1, the Magician. Beautiful. The Magician is associated with the planet Mercury and belongs to the element of Earth. The path that the Magician walks is right up at the top of the Tree of Life. He walks path number 12, which is between Keter, which is the white Sephira at the top of the middle pillar of balance, towards Bina, the black Sephira, which is at the top of the pillar of severity. His pathway has the Hebrew letter Beth attached to him. So we say that he walks pathway number 12, the path of Beth. When we look at the Magician himself, he becomes, or allows us, guides us to become the hero of our own lives. He represents the active masculine power of creative impulses. He is also our conscious awareness and the force that allows us to impact the world through a concentration of individual will and power. The Magician is associated with Mercury and with the element of earth or air. So what does the Magician say to you when you look at that card for the Magician? Hand pointed up to the air with his crystal scepter, or finger pointed down to the earth. It's often said that he is saying, as above, so below. He has all the tools in his kit available to make things happen. Walking that path of Beth from the Keter at the top to Bina on the side, he represents the first action in the creation story. The Hebrew letter Bet represents a house. It implies the idea of a container or a vessel through which the created world might come into being. So the Magician represents the power of manifestation and the ability to channel creative energy into tangible results. So what are you looking to create at this moment in time? What in your world needs creation? What in your world needs to be brought into being at this moment in time? His journey through the Tree of Life describes mastering our creative power and aligning our will with divine will. This is a life path for realizing our abilities, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. This doesn't confirm that they are fully trained. It confirms that they are present and can be developed. It's a path of hope, vision, and magic. This path awakens the realization that we have all we need to succeed. However, we must learn to use our tools. So thinking about that and thinking about what you would like to bring into this world, consider whether you have fully developed the tools that you need. Do you have the knowledge and the ability to use that knowledge to bring what you're looking for, or what you're looking to create, into the world as it is? Or do you still need to find some more information to shore up that knowledge so that you will be successful? As you work with the magician on this path, the strengths that could be achieved by working with him include nourishment, wisdom, and dexterity in life, balance of intuition and rational intelligence. While some of the weaknesses to be aware of could include a failure to recognize the abilities that you have, blocked vision or restlessness, unbalanced emotions, and unwillingness to take advantage of growth situations. So once again, as we think about what it is we want to bring into the world at this moment, let's make a little checklist perhaps of what we have already achieved, what we can achieve, what we know how to do, and where perhaps we might not be seeing the whole picture, what's missing. As I say, this is going to be different for everyone, and that's up to each of us to consider, because we're all wanting to create something different in any case, and we're all at different stages in our lives. But the magician is definitely here on the path to tell us that we can do it. We have the abilities, the potential to create all the abilities we need to bring to life that which we're looking for. Now, when we look at that pathway on the Tree of Life, we see that it runs between Keter at the top, the white sapphire at the top, and Bina, the black sapphire, at the top of the pillar of severity. And so those two sapphires are also going to bring their own gifts and potentials to our consideration and to the work that the magician is going to do with us. When we look at Keter, we see that it's called the crown, infinite source. This is from source, everything is possible, and this is the first place that the energy enters the Tree of Life from the divine. It is a state of being, a field of possibilities, and represents pure potential. Its virtue is the completion of the great work, and it is the junction between the finite self and the infinite. It has the power to originate and is called the gate of potential. When we look at Bina, it is called understanding. It's fleshing out an idea, formulating the story, fashioning the structure. The Sephira where energy becomes more concentrated into a form. Its virtue is silence and its vice is avarice. It has the power to create and is called the gate of form. It represents the mother and the divine feminine as well, which is why with the minor arcana, all the queens are found here in Sephira along with the threes. The aces are all found in Keter. So let's have a look at drawing two cards from the minor arcana, one to place in each of the Sephira, to see what else they might flesh out about this particular story. So I'm going to shuffle up the minor arcana. As I said before about the major arcana, I have shuffled them all up off camera, but I want to do this again one more time on camera, just a final shuffle. Sorry about that. Final shuffle. Okay. I know you're popping over, but there's too many of you, and we just want one for each Sephira. So, want one card for the Sephira of Keter, please. One card for Keter, please. There we have it. And we have number 4 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, that is now in Keter. Now the 4 of Pentacles is holding on, isn't he? You can see that when we look at the picture of the Rider-Waite's card. He's often talked about as holding on to things too tightly and not ready to let go. Some people call it the card of the miser, although it could also be judicially holding on and keeping things in balance. He's certainly very balanced, with his feet firmly on the ground with a pentacle on either side, a pentacle across his heart, and a pentacle above his head. On the other hand, it could be said that he's too engaged in the monetary side of things, in the physical side of things, in the manifestation. So with the strengths that we find in Keter, which include creative imagination, a sense of order, of wonder, embracing change and order, perhaps we might consider that looking at the 4 of Pentacles, he is a little rigid in keeping things. He wants to keep things as they are. He's perhaps not ready for the change, and that's something to consider. Are we ready to allow things to come into change? Are we looking at things from a sense of how wonderful it could be and what else could I bring that's creative? Or are we sitting back and saying, this is the way I've always done it and this is the way I want it to stay? Those are things to think about, I think, with the 4 of Pentacles sitting here in Keter. A couple of the weaknesses that could be associated with being in Keter include excessive daydreaming, shame, self-denial, lack of sympathy, and a poor self-image. So another thing to perhaps consider, do any of these influence the way you think about what it is you're wanting to create as you walk the path of the magician? Okay, now let's draw a card now for the Sephira of Bina and see what else we might learn about this pathway, or learn to consider. Okay, just one card please for Bina. One card. There we have it, the King of Pentacles. Wow, we've got Pentacles both sides, so definitely Pentacles are working for us in the manifesting in the real world. So when we look at Bina, we know that Bina is the home of all the queens, but now a king is shown up there. So what would we look at with what would we expect from the king? Well, we know particularly the King of Pentacles, he's established in the material world. He can be successful, which points to the point that once we sort out what it is we're thinking about and where we are, we can be successful here with what it is we're wanting to manifest at this point in time. The King of Pentacles particularly is about stability. Money is power. Making smart choices with your resources is important to him. And he supports you with that. Taking care of business. And this points then to the practical side of what you have to do to manifest what it is you want to bring into the world. It's not just a point of, oh, I want to do this and I've got this wonderful idea of what I'm going to bring into the world. But if we don't actually do something practical, it's never going to happen. And it's interesting that today, as we're talking about bringing something into manifestation, when we're looking at the two sides of the path, we have 2 pentacles showing up. So, things to think about. Definitely the King of Pentacles is a wonderful money manager and it could be like a CEO of a business. So he's there to support you in making this happen. And it's a case of making sure that you're open to the ideas and what could possibly be used, what needs to be changed, and you're ready to go. The manifestation is coming. It's just not there yet. A little bit of work to be done on that path. And that's one of the weaknesses that are sometimes found in Bina, is impatience or fear of the future. So these are things to, don't be impatient, be patient with yourself, and don't be afraid. Step out. The support is there, and everything you need to manifest what it is you're wanting to create in the world is going to be there available for you. To round out this reading today, I'm going to choose an oracle card from the Soul Helper Oracle, and shuffle them up a bit. These were shuffled before off camera. I just want to move them around a little bit into the energy of this reading. Which card wants to pop forward with a particular message for those who will be watching this reading today? One card, please. There we have it. Okay, what does this card say? Let's see. To conform is to die inside. Be brave and be yourself. This is number 16. Well, I think that's a good message to hear, because usually or often when we're trying to create something, manifest something new, it is something that's stirring us from inside ourselves. It's something that's a part of us. And so if we follow the oracle to be brave and be yourself and don't second guess what other people might think, it might be helpful. You may well get a different message from reading that. And whatever message you get is going to be right for you in this moment in time. Yeah, I think I'm done. This looks good. I've got some food for thought for my own life, and I hope that you do too. Sending you all many blessings, love and light.